Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for the late start. I have been away for a couple of days and just trying to catch up on a novel that I am currently writing. So after 2 days, we are almost back on track with it, and I can get back to streaming. So concrete and plastic aren't a problem in a modern garden. I'm just trying different places to put my head on the screen. I can get rid of it entirely if that helps. Yeah. So we are back to today's stream. We are going to head straight into the house in a thicket and keep going with our garden. See if we can't get our flip to complete. Little thing down the bottom says in an English garden you have to have flower beds with colourful flowers, which we did in the last makeover. So we are heading, just waiting for it to boot up. All right. Okay, so what we did last session was we put in an outdoor dining area, which is technically not really part of a I've forgotten the name of the garden now. Of a utility garden. A utility garden is supposed to be very, down to earth and have a bunch of practical plants, some pretty flowers, and not really a pool space for the dining area, but we are selling it to the Johnson family, and I figured that they would enjoy having a little bit of a space for family get-togethers, so I put one in. I don't know what the garden people are going to think of it, and to be honest, if the Johnsons like it, I don't really care what the competition judges think, although I would like to be able to sell it for a good profit. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to get straight in and get the playground done. Put a very tiny little separate area at the front there for the kids. I might leave those two big trees in. Let's try again. There we go. We'll see. But basically I'm going to fence this area in with pretty much the same plants we used to fence off the dining area. Ah, that was silly. Let's try again. So I'm hoping the Johnson family like plenty of grass for their kids to run on, and the fact that it's mowed and all of that kind of good stuff. I do tend to do the garden rolls one at a time rather than lining them up side by side, because when you line them up side by side they often leave a little furrow in between each layout of turf, and that tends to be a problem when you want to have it fully covered. So at the moment, as far as I'm aware, the developers haven't put in any penalties for not having the lawn mowed or not having it completely grassed. So there's little areas that you would miss if you didn't overlap the turf. They shouldn't matter. However, whether or not that'll continue to be the case, who knows? They're always improving this game, these guys, and they're really good. So I'm actually hanging out for the HGTV expansion that's coming, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'll just add it into this playthrough if it comes out before I'm done. Oops, that was my bad. So all I'm doing is just laying turf. And because I can't be bothered stopping, I'm just going to run this one right down the middle of this section here. Okay. I might just do a little patch job with smaller turf rolls. This one should cover this area pretty much. Maybe. Yeah. So I'm just enjoying this game because it's a relaxing break. from everything, and I get to make something look pretty. And who doesn't like doing that, right? Alright, that's as close as I can get it to the gate. That's a shame, but there we go. Alrighty. So, I'll see just how close I can get this one. There we go. Nifty. Alright. So this section here that we're looking at, we're actually going to turn this into a kids' playground. I'm going to ignore this part here. We're just going to pop in some, probably some more vines. I may put in something bigger. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm thinking about it. Just go into our surfaces, our plants. We're going to go into edibles. There's some nice little apple trees here. I'd like to have something kind of bushier. Ooh, blueberries. Maybe. What do they look like? Okay, so they're not as tall as I'd like, but we might pop them down in a minute. So first things first, I'm going to put in our vines. Actually, if I remember rightly, they're sitting at the top. I think I put Bacchus in along the fence lines. We might go with a different variety. Let's go with Ferment. They can have grapes growing at different times of the year then. So we'll pop this one here. Going to have a bit of a gate area. Actually, a gate would be a really good idea. I think there's only one variety though, so under fences, all right. Okay, fences. I really like the crayon fence for the kids' playground. I also like the high cross to give a sense of privacy. But I'm noting that there's not really many varieties of gate. Only one, so just that one. But that's okay, that one I'll go with pretty much anything. We might stick with our white theme. And I'll pop it about here. We're not sticking in a fence, so it doesn't worry. It doesn't matter too much. Go back to our edibles, and we'll go into our ferment. So what I would imagine if we were doing this in real life is there would be wires running between these vines. Just let me get a bit of an idea of how big this inner space is. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fence the kids' play area with the crayon fence. But I'm going to have the vines in front of it. Maybe. I might change my mind in a minute. That's why they're not dug in. And one about here. Okay. That's very wobbly. Yep, I am going to need to move those. All right. Let's just put that forward a bit. And I can probably work with that as we go. So where's my fences again? I don't know, it looks kind of pretty, right? Let's see how we go. So what I want is probably 2 panels. Give me a minute, I want to see how it looks width-wise. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Just tuck that forward. Grab that. Note to self, next time I do this, put the fence in first. Okay. Okay. So what I want to do is just line the gate up with the fence, and I can't really do that from here. I'm going to have to go around the other side. Yeah. All right, so that's easier done from here. I just moved all those plants forward, didn't I? I did. Okay. All right. Now we should be good. We'll just flip it. And the upside, the fence will make it much easier to put things in a straight line. I won't have to eyeball it quite so hard. And this is where I should have probably done the fence from the fence, shouldn't I? Yes, don't laugh. All right. Get there eventually. So we're going to have to move the fence and the gate at the front here, just so that we can match. Hang on a minute. Yep, okay, we'll do it that way. Just so that we can match where the fences go in relation to each other. Of course, that one's in the way. We'll just try that again. Move back. All right. So we're about. I'm going to cheat just a little bit. Going to move that out of the way. I'm going to leave that gap there. Oh. Let's try again. And we're just going to try and eyeball the spacing between the fence posts and the rest, so that it's kind of sort of maybe even. I'm not going to be able to fit that in, am I? No. All right, so we're going to sit that slightly in front. And we're just going to move that, if that was sitting flush, it would be there. But we're going to pretend that that fits right in the middle here. Okay. And this, of course, makes it much easier to space out our vines, because we can space it according to the where the joins are in the panels, which means I'm going to have a few left over. That's okay. I think I might have enough left over that I can intersperse them. Yeah. So we'll pop that there. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of that and that. Back it up. That'll do. Before I sell something I don't want to. Alright. Now let's go back to our edibles. Do they have blackberry or is that just blueberry? Personally, I like the idea of having blackberry on the outside of that fence because they're very unfriendly and people won't like to climb through them. That's black currant. That's actually only small, isn't it? Oh no. I think I made that mistake last time. Alright, so if I get that, it's going to have to sit out just a little bit, which I think in the long run isn't going to matter that much. So let's grab that. Let's pop a few of those in. Put that one there. I am deliberately leaving a space on either side. And putting them about center. Okay, now we're going to follow that theme on the front. Only these are going to be the tall plants through. Probably violating 1001 gardening principles here, but never mind. I've lost the gate. It's okay, it's here, there somewhere. There it is. Alright, I want something slightly taller on either side. Never mind. Alright, let's just get this done. It'd be nice to... Oh, that's a driveway. I better not put any plants across. I was going to say it'd be nice to repair that hole in the fence, but that's actually a gate, so maybe not. Alright, so we're going to kind of sort of maybe put that across the front like that. I'd like them taller, but that's not going to happen. And then what we're going to do, just move this and shift it just a little bit that way, is we're going to grab those other berry bushes that we saw. We've already got raspberries. I was thinking either tall blueberries or we could go with the, well, that was the rebus. So have a look at these and see how they go. They don't now that I've put those in. Fine. Whatever. Alright, let's pop these in and see what we can do with the rest. Oh, really? Right. Okay. So all I'm doing is really quickly, probably negating the nice bright fence that I just put in, but just really quickly putting in some edibles around the outside. Let's just move it a bit further along. E and E and E. E, E, E. Okay. I'm going to have to run along the inside of the fence to put these things in their hole, but that's okay. So basically all I'm doing is just doing a mass plant as best as the system lets me. It just would be really annoying to have to run in and out for each one of these things. So I might as well just dig all the holes now. Okay. So basically, the Johnson family is well on its way to being semi-self-sufficient for all its bits and bobs. Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay, we'll just get all of these in. And I might just water them in as I go past. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So the next thing we just got to do is just check that all the little circles in the mini map have gone green, because if the plants aren't in, they'll be red. Looks like we managed to do that. I'm not sure how we did that. I'm going to hit, but there we go. Alrighty. If you can't plant it, you'll find that you probably need to dig the hole. So might as well get these in as well. One of the perks that you can get when you build up your skills is the ability to make plants, sorry, is to make the hole, dig the holes faster. So I can't remember if I've done that or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant these ones that I've got along the fence line, and then I'm going to go back and we're going to put the children's playground in, just to get that sort of section done. But I wanted to keep an idea of the continuity before I went back to it. Otherwise I'd be looking at this section tomorrow, scratching my head going, oh my gosh, what did I want to do? Which I'll probably do anyway. Okay. Oops. And again. Almost done. You put a hedge in to keep people out. I'm not actually sure that putting a fruity hedge is actually that great an idea. I know if you actually attract visitors that you don't really want. But you'll also attract birds, so I guess that can't be a bad thing, right? We've got a few in our backyard now, just with the ornamental plums and cherries, and the rosellas come because they like them. Alrighty, so we have those in. I'm thinking I might put strawberries around the outside, but I'm not sure what I want to do yet. So the next section I've got is this bit inside of the fence now looks quite bare. But let's have a look at some of our fruit trees. So we have some apple trees and pear trees. Not good if you've got fructose malabsorption, but if you don't, they're awesome. So let's pop one of those in over there. And I think we need a really big one in over here, maybe not quite on the roof line. So we're just going to define this space with apple trees, and then we might put in some of the plums. So alright, there's our 4 big apples, and I might just move this over now that I've got the other one in. Got nightmares of that thing coming down on the roof now, but there we go. So you got your 4 big apple trees, and we're going to go for, if you put in plum trees, you usually have to have a couple of different varieties. So plums require at least one other plum to grow, and sometimes a plum of a slightly different variety, and I can't remember exactly how it works, so I'm going to pretend this works. We've got some apples, we've got some cherries. Alright, let's have a look at our medium plums and just see what that looks like. Yep, so what I'm thinking is we put this one here and this one here. It's not really an orchard, but from a privacy point of view, it's not too bad. Then I might stick another one over there in the middle. Alright, so now you've got your trees along the outside. What we're going to look for next is some more of these little bushes. But also we're going to be needing, I might dig these in while I think. We're also going to be needing some shady spaces for the children's playground bits. So Okay, sometimes you've just got to move your mouse up to bits so it recognises what you want to do. Alright, put the plant in, put the plant in, put that plant in, and that plant in, and that plant in, and then put that plant in. We'll start here. Okay. And last but not least, it's looking better than it did. We might take out these bigger trees though, we'll just, it all depends. The problem with having a kids playground with these trees in is when the fruit falls, the kids are going to get it all over themselves. So it's just one of those things that the Johnsons are going to have to be fastidious about. Unless they like plum coloured clothing, which, you know, they might. I'm tempted to put 2 trees in here and here, but I think what I might do instead is leave that as like a little gateway. Now, we need a children's swing set and climbing set, which probably needs to go over there. So let's deal with that first. Recreation is the thing. Playground is the next thing. I'd like to put that one in, but I think we might end up with this one. Let's just see how we go. Nope, I'm thinking that's pretty much it. Alright. So rather than put it side on so that some poor parent gets a swing to the back of the head when they come through that gate area, let's just put this in about here. Awesome. Love putting these things together. It's like they grow. Let's get that one down. The pins in, cross strand, back, 2, 3, 4. Seats on, and we're done. Alright, so you basically got enough space to come in behind. Yep. And that's quite good. Alright. Now, next section. I think we need a sand pit over here. One with a cat cover because cats and sand pits are not a great mix. Bit of cherry wood just to brighten it up. Or a bit of white. No, a bit of cherry to contrast. And I want to put that at about there. The only other problem you're going to have is apples falling in the sandpit, so you're going to have to watch that anyway. And then I think this looks like a nice little secretive corner for a cubby house, which I might leave in those colours. Where's the front door? There's the front door. Okay. We might just tuck that back over here so they can have a bit of a cubby house there. Okay, so you double tap it down. This is really clever the way it goes together. Tap, yep. Slide it in, tap it tight, and we're done. So pretty much you come in through the gate Got the house to here, swing set here, and you need something here. I'm thinking the rooster looks good. Actually, you need 2 roosters because then they can have races. So we have our rooster racing set. There we go. Alright. And you got a little tiny bit of space in the middle for them to run around like lunatics in. I think the house needs some flowers around the outside though, or possibly strawberries. I'm not quite sure which. Let's go with our plants. Let's actually start with our flowers this time. I've got a liking for lavender, so we might just stick a few of those in. The bees also have a liking for lavender, but you need them to pollinate your fruit trees, so it can't be too bad a thing, and it'll just soften up the how it looks. So I might just put a few along here. Alright. I wasn't sure what I wanted to put in here, now I know. See if we can get another one in there. Okay, I don't know how the bush is supporting my weight. I'm not going to question it. Which means, I guess, that along the front here, we'll balance it out with a little bit more of these bulkier, kind of short-ass plants. There we go. I suppose I should also think about putting in some lights to get that lot going. So what we're doing is we've got kind of like a each little space is a space in and of its own. Kind of right. I don't know if I want to put lavender there. We'll need it to lock it in, I guess, to match it together. So yes, all right, lavender can go here too. Oh, there we are. Which means we are going to need some lights. So I'm going to just pop that in the middle and then we'll fill around it with some other kind of plant, whether it's strawberries or flowers, I'm not sure which. Just got to remember there's a gate in here somewhere. Okay, that's my gate. Let's not fill that one up. I should probably put a path in front of it so I can actually remember where it is. Okay. Okay. So what we've done is we've just dropped in a little bit of light flowers to go with our fruit and stuff. I'm still thinking we need something else along here. So let's just have a quick look. Chrysanthemums are quite low, aren't they? So if I don't want yellow, it's too strong. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so we're going to intersperse. Alright. Actually, no, that's the wrong colour for the cubby house. Let me just get rid of that. Forgot we've got a cubby house and it's kind of red. So we're going to need maybe edible plants and probably strawberries. So let's just see how these guys go. Yeah, that looks a little better. Do a mass planting along here. So, you know, we're not expecting a big bunch of strawberries to hit the jam jar because kids and strawberries, they just kind of happen. Alrighty, so pop that around there. That softens the edge line of the cubby quite nicely. And I don't know if I can fit, no, probably not. Alright. Which means that on the outer edge, we're going to try and squish a couple of strawberries in various little corners. So it looks like that's about the only spot I can fit them. Will be in front of those. So we'll do that. Okay, just need to change the angle a little bit. Maybe not there. I want to tuck it neatly into here, but that's about the closest it's going to go. So, all right, fine. Alright, now this probably isn't going to work, so I might actually go back to my chrysanthemums idea for the front fence. Okay. So we have the kids' playground kind of done. Kind of done. You know what? I think it is done. That's not too bad at all. The fence line's a bit bare though. That's what we're doing. We're going to put some blueberries in along the fence line. Basically. Oh yeah, whoever's riding that rooster is going to be eating while they ride, I reckon. Okay, it's going to make me walk around. Fine. Okay. Yep, that's pretty much that. Now I just need to work out what else I want in that space. So I was really hoping for something kind of short that can fit and look like it belongs there. I have no idea what Chanamelis is. Does it fit? It fits and it's short. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to dig them in. Okay, that'll be fine. So we'll pop those in as well. Just around the edges, and we'll put one right there. Okay, let's put the plant through. Where's my plant gone? There it is. Okay. Well, that's not a bad little shrub. I'm gonna have to look it up and work out what it is, but it's not a bad little shrub. Alright. Okay, grab that one. Maybe it's like a gooseberry or something, I don't know. I'll have to, like I said, I'm going to have to Google it. Chanamelis. Oh, really? Let me just go find my plant. It's somewhere over here. Here it is. No, wait a minute. Oh no, I have lost my plant. That's very sad. Wait. No. Hang on. Roosters. There it is. Got stuck there for a minute. Goodness me. Alright, now we can cover it with soil. Okay, I suppose that the last thing we need is just to put in some lighting as well, and then that should be this part of the garden done. Decorations, lamps, and we were going with I think it was your bog standard outdoor lamp, wasn't it? Or was it that one? Let me just see. Yes, it was that one. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Not sure why that didn't work, but okay. Alright. Okay. I think there should probably be a couple along here. Okay. And definitely one about here. That's better. Alright. And that's not going to fit there. That's a bad spot. Okay. There's our kids' playground. I think what we'll do is we'll take that as our screenshot for our placeholder. There we go. Okay, so this is the kids' playground in the garden. The recreation area, I still need to do a little bit more on it, but I still have to think about what I want to do there. And that's it. Grab that too. Tomorrow I think what we'll do is we're going to clad the front of the house and fix the front area up, and then we'll see how much time we have. But until then, thanks for hanging with me guys, and I will catch you tomorrow.